Whoa, what was that run? That almost sounded like a joke. Like that was a very intricate run. Like so intricate, it's like overdone. It's like almost a flex. Run, run, lost boy, they say to me. So this was definitely really highly recommended. I'm excited to compare this recorded version to the live version that he did. Actually, during COVID, March time, he performed it. So let's check it out. But I kept you beside me. His voice sounds amazing. The synthesizers that are being used give the feeling of like a dirge feeling. I find that this is a prevalent sound that runs through a lot of the Weeknd's music. There's this kind of like very haunting emotion that's built up through his music. And I think that that's captured. It's like, always got a little bit of a dark theme to it. And he captures it beautifully. His vocal tone is so opposite from that darker, like he doesn't have a, the name coming to mind is Leonard Cohen, right? Who had a lot of dark themed music, but had a dark voice as well. He has much more of like a Michael Jackson type voice, that high tenor voice with a nice tremolo in his vocal, not really a true vibrato, more of a tremolo. And he's very different in style from Michael Jackson, who had much more pop, upbeat type of tracks. Even with Thriller, that was like a darker type of song. It has much more of like it's definitely a vibing song. Like it's not slow paced at all. It's got that upbeat feel to it. His music is very different. If you want to see an uncut version of this video, check out the link in the description. Be replaced. I'm the reason you forgot to love. Wow, beautiful. So, I mean, the lyrics are extremely regretful. My understanding is he wrote a lot of the songs in this album in regards to his relationships, like his past relationships. And you could definitely hear a lot of regret in this song of holding the people that he loved back. And in his vocal, I really love this part specifically, how he uses his voice to almost go to a whisper at same and one other word, I forget. Things will never be the same. It's like almost like he just gives a shadow of what that sound, what that vocal would be like, but doesn't actually hit the note. It's like you just kind of infer what that note would be. If you're interested in getting a free lesson with me, please check out the link right here. And I love his use of vowels there. Right? So he's starting with a very narrow vowel, opening up to a wider vowel on the upper note, and then coming down, which is very difficult because generally modifications move towards more of a narrow place in the bridge. So right in where that top note is, you would actually want to narrow, but he's actually widening it up, which is possible to do, obviously. The Weeknd's doing it, and I mean, he's an incredible vocalist, but it's very difficult to do it right. It's interesting how, like, I'm drawing similarities between him and Michael Jackson, but, like, they're popping out to me more and more as he's singing this song. Like, I've heard a lot of his music, and that call out is very similar to Michael Jackson, who has the type of like sound in a lot of his music. And, those random noises that Michael Jackson used to make were very signature to him. And like anybody who hears that right now knows exactly who I'm talking about. And I think that The Weeknd is going to have a very similar type of vibe that, even though it'll be years from now, you'll be able to make those sounds and it'll not Weeknd, right? It'll just be an immediate connection similar to Michael Jackson. I love his upper mix. His upper mix is just so good. He doesn't do a lot of the beginner things that I teach a lot about in my YouTube channel, if you guys have been watching. He does a lot of high larynx singing. And that high larynx singing is very hard to do for beginner singers because usually that high larynx comes along with a whole bunch of tension that is involved. But for him, it's tension free because he knows how to do it properly. And so that's why I caution a lot of beginner singers, ones that aren't naturally talented, to watch out who they're trying to model themselves after because yeah, it works for Abel because he's able to do it with, Abel is able. Abel is able to do it without that excess tension. But for a lot of people that aren't naturally as talented as The Weeknd, it's not as easy. What was that? I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't. That's your song. Whoa, he just totally borrowed that melody and those words from your song by Elton John.
I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind that I put down.
Interesting. Sadly, his music. I wonder, actually, if he gave credit to Elton John in the songwriting of this song. Let's check that out. Yes, sir. It's right there. Elton John and Bernard Taupin, who both wrote the song Your Song, are credited for this. There you go. And those drums right there just totally remind me of Africa by Toto. You know what I mean? So many references. Whoa, what was that run? That almost sounded like a joke. Like that was a very intricate run. Like so intricate, it's like overdone. It's like almost a flex. All right, I mean, he pulls it off, but like, that's like what a lot of R&B singers do to like, Amazing Grace, right? That's like what a lot of them will do when they're butchering Amazing Grace or like just overdoing the runs. But it's interesting that he did it on the original. That is so interesting. Very interesting style choice. Usually you leave it much more plain and let the cover songs do more of that like fancy footwork as far as the runs go, but that's out there. Crazy references. It's so crazy to hear those references there. So let's check out the live version here. I am very interested to see this.
The Weeknd.
So yeah, this one was posted March 8th. Definitely COVID had started. Or was it? Yeah, COVID had started then.
When I saw the signs, I should have let you go.
That sounds exactly like the studio version.
When I saw the signs, I should have let you go.
Isn't that crazy? That really sounds almost exactly the same. Just a testament to how good he is.
I know things will never be the same. Time we lost will never be right.
For a second, I thought he was wearing white socks with black shoes. I would be like, that is too close to Michael Jackson. No, but it's just his shoes. That would have been crazy.
Scared to live again. Scared to live again.
His vocals so on point. And I mean, the makeup is awesome. It's such an intense vibe. I mean, he's wearing the gloves. I mean, I think Michael Jackson only had one. He's doing both hands. It's a very interesting vibe for him. I really love his performance.
Scared to live again. Scared to live again.
He has such a heady mix there, such a heady mix, but it still sounds full. It doesn't sound like it's missing anything. He's really good at doing that. Whereas like, if I tried to sing it light like that, it would just sound weak. His sounds full.
Things I could have let you see. Refuse to be the one who takes your heart.
Oh, listen to that. Beautiful mix, beautiful high mix. That's incredible. To do it live with the high larynx like that and, you know, going song after song like that is not easy to do. He's a very good vocalist.
Oh, no.
And you can hear there the same change in vowel. Don't. He's got it more lighter. Don't. Something wrong with those lines. He's even going lighter. Don't. No, it goes don't. sense. Something in that region is how he's approaching it. And he does it so seamlessly, so flawlessly. And I mean, I'm personally a big fan of his tremolo. Never able to get that in my voice. I have more of a true vibrato, but I'm a big fan of it. People would be very polarized on that. Some people would say, well, you sound like a bleeding sheep. And then some people would say, no, it sounds cool. It's a cool vocal effect. Definitely not something to be overdone, but tremolo is an interesting vocal effect.
No, don't.
And look at how relaxed he is when he's doing that. So a lot of people I work with, they get this face tension as they're trying to sing a high note. So for a lot of people that would try to sing this line, it would be, right? Would be this facial tension. That facial tension, what a lot of people don't realize, is a mirror of what's going on in here. So if your face is tensing like that on that line, in here is getting tense. So for him, he's just, don't, just relax. Don't, keeping it totally chill on his face. Another thing is his confidence in his body language. And I think a lot of people lack this when they're first learning how to sing. They're very like timid and backing off when they're singing. He's like ready to roar like a lion. Even though he's not doing it, his body posture is like, I'll take you on. Like, I got these high notes. And so that comes through in like your body works off of those messages. And so when your brain feels confident, your body will be like, we got this. Whereas if your brain's saying, oh, I don't know if I can do this, and you're scared to live again, right? So your body will start to react and your voice will react too. Whereas scared to live again, he's much more, I got this. That's the body posture we want to have. So there he actually chose to go a little wider right from the beginning, from that top note. Interesting choice. Now he's changing it up as we're coming to the last chorus. He's going more full for sure. Okay, so there he didn't do the crazy run that caught me off guard. Oh, I love that still frame. Don't you love that still frame of him? I can't keep a straight face looking at Abel like that. By the way, I don't know if you guys know, but I have a friend who went to high school with him, and like he's from Scarborough, which is very close to where I lived in Toronto. So, Toronto boys. He didn't do that crazy run here. Kept it a little bit more simple. I actually like the more simple version. What do you guys think? It allows more of the emotion to come through. I feel more of what he's saying as opposed to it being a flex. You know, that's my opinion. I love that light. We fell apart. He's got that such a light, heady mix right there. Almost true head voice. I love that approach, and his voice is just, it's amazing. So as you guys could tell, I'm a huge fan of this new song. If you guys like this video, please hit the like button down below. It helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Want to see more videos like this? Check that out. Click. You're going to like it. Click. Yes. Good.